Hello, I'm David Jones, and I thought I'd do a different video. I'm not very good at updating my YouTube channel because I'd much rather be looking at markets than doing YouTube videos. But I thought what I'm going to do is perhaps a series of videos where I look at trades that I've got running every week, the reasons behind them, and perhaps it might help people in their own trading and just to give you an idea of how I approach trading. So I thought I'd kick this off with a couple of trades that I've got running at the moment, and we'll take a look at those in a bit more detail, the reasons behind them, the overall P&L, where the stop is, all that sort of thing. Of course, to find out more about the stuff I do, I run a WhatsApp group where I update daily, twice a day at least, with what I'm doing and markets I'm looking at. If you use the code YouTube, you can sign up for the WhatsApp group and get 20% off the first month. There are various webinars you can access through that. I run a trading course as well. Go to the website, davidjonestrading.co.uk. Find out more about that. And that's it really. If you want to find out who I trade with, the link is in the description below. Nice and straightforward, tight spreads, all the usual. But any questions, feel free to drop me an email. Email address is dj@davidjonestrading.co.uk. I'll put that down below as well. Otherwise, let's get into it. Let's take a look at a couple of trades I've got running at the moment. One winner, one loser. And see where I think they might go next and how I am managing the trade and the reasons for doing them in the first place. Right, so let's take a look at this. Like I say, I thought I'd do this because I'm not very good at consistently doing YouTube videos. And I thought it'd be more interesting for me and for you if I talk about some of the trades I've got running at the moment and why I'm in them. So if it proves popular, I'll do these every week on trades I've got running. You know, typically, from hourly chart trades, I probably do 3 a week. For day trading, I try and do 1 a day on the NASDAQ or the S&P. I mean, clearly at the time of recording, we've had this great bounce back after that sell-off in US stock markets. So the last 2 weeks, it just feels like it's gone up every day. Let's see what today's like. So it's been good day trading. But what I'm going to talk about today are some of the more medium-term trades I've got running. I do talk about these every day in the WhatsApp group. You can sign up for that and try it out. There's other stuff in there as well. There are regular webinars I run for the WhatsApp group people as well. But if you go to the website, you can find out more about that. But let me show you the trades, some of the open positions I've got, and we'll focus on a couple of trades. So I've got a few trades running at the moment. Biggest winner at the moment, one of the ones I'm going to talk about is this pound against the dollar trade. So that's up. I bought it, where did I buy it? 128.48. It's almost a couple of 100 points in profit. I'll talk about that. I did a natural gas trade yesterday, slightly in profit. We won't talk about that today. I've also got a crude oil trade. It's against me at the moment. I'll talk about that. So I'll talk about one open winner, one open loser, because I am a realist when it comes to trading. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that they all work out. I think it's interesting to look at the reasons why a trade isn't working out as I thought it did. A couple of other trades in there as well. Platinum, that's doing all right. I've been in that a couple of weeks. And US Treasury bonds as well. So overall, you know, an okay P&L for this account. I'm going to start doing more public trading. This is the account I showed at various points last year that had, I think, about £5,000 in it. So at the moment, it's running at an open P&L of £900. But let's take a look at this pound against the dollar. This was an interesting trade. So I bought at 128.48, so about here, a week ago. But I had been short. So coming into it, I'd been short. And I was short. I ended up getting stopped out around about here, I think. I made a loss on that short, but I tightened the stop up. I was going with this downtrend that was doing that. So I'd gone short, thinking the market was going to fall again. But it broke out, you know, and I thought, well, actually, do I really want to be short anymore? And I thought, no, I don't want to be short anymore. And I think it's really important in trading to have that flexibility to recognize, okay, I'm wrong. I probably want to come out of this position, and do I need to flip it? And I did flip it. So well done me for being flexible. I think that is psychologically quite a difficult thing to do. So I bought it at 128.48 last week because I thought the trend had changed. So that was the reason. I thought we'd had a change in trend. The market had been sliding for about 3 weeks. We broke some big levels for me on the way up, 128.40, whatever it is. And clearly, you know, when I was looking at it on Wednesday of last week, we'd had about 6 days of the market moving higher. So I didn't want to be short anymore. So I put a stop loss about 100 points away, the other side of 127.40. So I bought at 128.48, stop at 127.40. And I thought, well, let's just wait and see what happens. And I think it's important as well with stop losses. If you trade without stop losses, then you are a gambler. But I think when people do trade with stops, one of the mistakes they make is they have their stops far too tight. So for me, I had it below the lows of the Monday, bought it on the Wednesday, and below the lows of the Monday. And it was a bit choppy. You know, I was underwater for a bit. You know, the next day, it was about 20 odd points against me. And again, you know, one of the many things I've learned over the years is that patience is a virtue. You know, markets do not move in your direction as soon as you put the trade on. So it was a little bit chopper-armor for a bit, and that was the move on Thursday. So Thursday, at the worst point on Thursday, it was 50 points against me. And then it did finally start to get a move on. You know, this move on Friday of last week was encouraging. So I've been in the trade since about here. And then it finally starts breaking out through the highs. So that gives me some confidence that, okay, this trend so far could be set to continue. And the market has continued to move higher. So far, you know, it's been a good trade. I've moved the stop to a trailing stop. So I'm in the trades with a trailing stop. The high yesterday was about 130.50. At the moment, it's about 6 points below that high. If we take a look at it, my trailing stop at the moment is 129.78. So it's still about 70 points behind where the market's been. There is the US minutes tonight from the last Fed meeting. So we'll see what that looks like. I think I will crank the stop up a little bit tighter ahead of that because we could get some volatility. But overall, it's been a really good trade. You know, logical trade to do with the trend. I think it's interesting up here, you know, just from a bigger picture point of view. The high for the pound was about 130.50, pound against the dollar, back in the middle of July. So I think it'll be interesting the rest of today and the rest of this week to see if it breaks that level. And if it breaks that level, does it go a bit higher? Let's see if I'm still in the trade. We'll take a look at it on Friday in the live stream. But if it does break that level, well, that is actually the high for the year. Okay, so it has probed through the high for the year. This is the daily chart now. So yesterday, it did get to its best level since July 2023. So let's see how that works out. But that trade has worked well so far, and we'll see how it works. So the other trade, so it's this oil trade I'm in. I bought this a couple of days ago. And when I was buying, I put in the WhatsApp group, all the trades I do, or the vast majority anyway, when I remember, I do put them in the WhatsApp group. And I said, I wonder if I'm a bit early on this. So even when I was placing the trade, I thought, am I a little bit early? So I was a buyer at 75. The stop is, what's that, 100 and, no, hang on, there's the stop, 72.50. So the stop's 250 points away. And I bought it, what day is it today? I bought it on Monday of this week. Let's take a look at that. I'd had a good trade in oil before that. So I'd gone short oil right at the beginning of the month. We had this move up on the 30th of July to the 1st of August. So the price of oil had been sliding for much of July, and then hit this level in late July, around about $75, rallied up, and I went short, and I just thought this is such a logical place to short. It's one of those trades, it looked so logical, I thought it's probably not going to work out because it looks too good to be true. But the market rallied up on the 1st of August, and it stalled ahead of these old highs, $80. So I was short, and then of course we had the big stock market sell-off, so the price of oil dropped heavily, and I came out above 73 probably. So I made about, I don't know, $6 on the trade. So it was good. And then the market just really started running higher. So the market got a real move on. And I was trying to buy. I was waiting for a dip on the way up from the 1st of August after I got out my short, waiting for a dip. There was no dip, and the market bounced back $7 from that low. And I was watching it go up every day and wasn't in the trade. So this week, coming into this week, I was ready to buy, and I was in buying mode, and I jumped in So I said, I wonder if I'm a bit early, but I jumped in on Monday of this week because we were coming off that high. We had these old levels from sort of back here, just before the market jumped another $3. And it was chopping around on Friday, around 76, chopping around on Monday. And I thought, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it at 76. It looks like it's holding there. But I did say I wonder if I was a bit too early. As it turned out, yes, I was. So the market really sold off Monday afternoon. My stop is 250 points away from that. We've had a bit of stability over the last 24 hours, but I'm still underwater on the trade. You know, if it breaks below the low of Tuesday, then I'll be out. I'll be stopped out of the trade. That'll be a loser. And I think that's one that I was perhaps a bit too keen to buy in to oil because I'd had the good short, then I'd missed the bounce back, didn't get an opportunity to jump in. So I was almost itching to buy oil, and I perhaps should have waited for a bit more stability. But that's hindsight for you, isn't it? We'll see how it turns out overall. So for now, still in the trade, underwater. Let's see if that level holds. But other trades, you know, are doing well. There's the pound trade. Let's see what happens with that. Natural gas was a short for yesterday. If you look at the chart for natural gas, you'll perhaps see why I'm short natural gas. Platinum's worked well. Let's have a quick look at that. This is another market. I've been waiting to buy it for ages, all the way through sort of late July, early August. And really because the trend was up, you know, bang, 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 going back to November last year, the trend has been up and we've had a good bounce so far. So that trade is working well. We'll see how it works out. It needs to move a bit more before I move to a trailing stop. But that's a glimpse of some of the trades I've got on at the moment. The reasons for doing it, you know, one winner, one loser is what we've looked at so far. If you'd like to find out more and you want regular updates like this, try the WhatsApp group. You know, it's only a 1 month subscription, minimum subscription. You can try that out. You'll get access to a day trading webinar I ran that runs for about 50 minutes and a webinar on options that runs for 90 minutes. So we'll take a look at these markets again in Friday's live stream. If you're not subscribed, click on subscribe and you'll get a notification when that all goes live. That's it. I hope you find this interesting. If people do like it, let me know in the comments below. And if you like it, this approach of looking at some real, actual open positions, I'll make sure I find the motivation to do this at least once a week. So let me know. And any other suggestions, please feel free to put in the comments below. Like I say, to find out about the WhatsApp group, go to the website, use the code YouTube for a discount. I'll come back on Friday. We'll do the live stream on Friday. Haven't done that for a few weeks, so we'll have a catch up with markets then. Any questions, feel free to drop me an email. But for now, we'll leave things there. So in the meantime, until next time, good luck with your trading.